Good night, teacher. My name is Mauricio Baez. In this occasion, I will be talking about Unit 10 and a short summary of Unit 8 and Unit 9 at the end. In the Unit 10, we are going to talk about beautiful world. We have the seven wonders of the world that are the city of Petra in Jordan, the Taj Mahal in India, Machu Picchu in Peru, the Coliseum of Roma, the Pyramid of Inche in Mexico, the Great Wall in China, and finally the Christ Redentor in Brazil. In other parts of the world, specific in the Caribbean, we also have beautiful things. For example, in Venezuela have the island of Margarita. Panama have the Panama Canal. That canal receives millions of tourists every year. And all the Caribbean islands, and of course the Dominican Republic, also have own beauty. For example, Saona Island in Dominican Republic and the Punta Cana province, being the province with the high traffic tourists for years, and we have one of the most beautiful unspoiled beaches in the Caribbean. In Pedernales province, the beach called Bahía de las Águilas. Each Caribbean island and the rest of the world has its charm to attract thousands of people to visit them. Also, around the world we can find Gulf Coast volcanoes, etc., which are truly impressive us. For example, we can see the Gulf of Mexico, which is the most famous Gulf, but in the Middle East, there is the Persian Gulf, which is also very recognized too. Almost the most famous bay is the Bay of San Francisco. This bay offers a beautiful view of the Alcatraz Island, the Bay of Fundy in Canada, and by the way, the most beautiful bay in the world is the Bay of Hat Long in the north of Vietnam. Then there also have famous natural parks too, such as the Grand Canyon in the United States. And I have the opportunity to visit, and it's beautiful and impressive to see this monumental and important natural park for the United States. This grammar unit talk about prepositional phrase or geographical place in, on, or and of. The proper nouns capitalization abuse of the preposition place, more usage which are in, on, and off. The preposition in is used to name province, mountain, valley, and states. For example, Tianjin in China is in Hebei province. And the preposition on is more used to name lakes, coasts, and rivers. For example, the rancho is located on the Montego River, and the preposition of is used to name distance between cities. For example, Denmark is north of Germany. Proper nouns capitalization is the use of uppercase letter to write words in uppercase and rest in lowercase. It's a system of distinction of the word and can also be used to choose the casing applied to a test. In this case, capitalization can be used for place names, for example, countries names, for example, Chile, Mexico, Dominican Republic. This name is written in capitalization, the first letter in capitalization, and also to name language and nationality. For example, if we say Miguel speaks Korean, the letter K is capitalized. to write about building and public places such as theater, bridge, and museum, to write names of governmental organizations, days and holidays, religions, and historical times or events. I use the capitalization. When proper nouns have more than one word, each word capitalizes except for article the and preposition of. For example, pardon, Panama City. This contains two words that at the beginning must be capitalized. But if we write the University of Buenos Aires, only University and Buenos Aires are capitalized by the article of the and it becomes a preposition by the of. The proper nouns of use of the. When a proper nouns uh, include the word of, you I use the. For example, with the with the we would say the Republic of Korea, the Gulf of Mexico. We also proper nouns when we have political words like republic, empire, or kingdom. In this case, we use the. For example, the United Kingdom, the Republic of Venezuela, and the Republic of Netherlands. We use the when proper if plural. For example, the Netherlands, the United States. When proper nouns include a geographical word such as ocean, desert, or rivers, use the. But don't use the with these geographical words by that lake, bay, mountain, island, or park. And we more be careful. We cannot use we cannot use the with acronyms. For example, UCLA, NERU, AP, and etc. In this unit, we also talk about the infinity. With no, you can use an infinity after an adjective plus a noun to give an explanation. For example, she's all a noun to both. In this case, we must be careful when used to. People interpret it to be the same, but two came before an adjective, but a noun come after an adjective. That's the different when using it. For example, it's too far to walk. The the adjective is can become the two. Uh, um, it isn't not close enough to work. We do not say it isn't not enough close to work. So this form is incorrect. Unit 8 and Unit 9. In Unit 9, in Unit 8, we meet what was the real and real conditional. The real conditional express the present or future resource of real conditionals. Use the present of be or the simple present tense in both clauses. Future resource. Use the present of be or the simple present tense in the if clause. Use a future form, future with will or present continuous for the future in the result clause. The unreal conditional express the result of conditional that don't exist. Use the simple past tense or word in the if clause. Use word plus a base form in the result clause. The order of the clause can be reserved. Always remembering that the order of the clause in conditional sentence can be reversed. It's customary to use a command after the if clause where it comes first. When it comes first. Clauses after which. Use word of the simple past tense after which to express a regret about something that's not true now. Remember, use the past perfect after which to express a regret about something that was not true in the past. Use the conditional word. Use the conditional word plus and base form after which to express a desire in the present that something will occur in the future on an ongoing basis. And I finish with the summary of the Unit A. I continue with the Unit 9. In the Unit 9, we were looking at what is count and not count nouns. Count nouns name things that can be counted individually that have singular and plural forms. For example, a president and presidents is different. No count nouns name things that are not counted individually. They don't have singular or plural forms. They are not processed by a and n. To express a specific quantifier of a non-count nouns, use a unit expression. For example, a piece of news is one, another is an act of justice. We also this grammar also talk about gerunds and infinitive forms and usage. Forms. Gerund is a noun former from a verb. All gerund in end in ing. To form a gerund, add ing to the main form of the verb. Gerund can be subject, object, and subject complement within sentence. I finished with my summary of the Unit 9. I finished with my video. Thank you, teacher, to watching my video, and it was a great pleasure for me to have taken this course with us. Thank you and have a good vacation and good December. Thank you, teacher.